Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what all the enchantments do in Minecraft. So let's get into it. Alright, the first enchantment on this list is Projectile Protection. And what it does is it helps you take less damage when you're getting hit by a bow, an arrow, or a crossbow. Alright, the next enchantment on this list is Blast Protection. And what it does is it helps you take less damage from explosives. So there was with Blast Protection, and here's without. And it kills me. Alright, next on this list we have Fire Protection, and what it does is it helps you take less damage from fires. So there it was with fire, here's with lava. Alright, next on this list we have Protection, and what it does is it helps you take less damage from mobs and players when they're just hitting you with their fist or maybe a sword or an axe. You can see when he hits me, there's taking like no damage. Alright, next enchantment we have is Thorns. What it does is every time a mob or player hits you, they're also going to take damage. So you can see that when the spider hit me, he also take damage. And he died. Alright, next enchantment we have is Auqa Affinity. And what it does is it helps you mine faster when you're underwater. And do keep in mind that it does go on a helmet and not on a pickaxe. When I first did that, it got me confused. Alright, next we have Depth Strider, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to swim in the water more faster. So here's with Depth Strider, and here's without. And you can see that it makes a pretty big difference with the Depth Strider. Alright, now we have Resperation, and what Resperation allows you to do is it basically makes your bubble bar decrease more slower, so that way you can stay in the water for a longer time. Alright, next enchantment we have is Feather Falling, and what it does is it helps you to take less damage when you're falling from a high place. Okay, so next we have Frostwalker, and it basically allows you to walk on water by turning the water into ice, as you see right here. Alright, next we have Swift Sneak, and what it does is it allows you to move more faster while you're crouching. So here's with Swift Sneak, and here's without. Next enchantment we have is Soul Speed, and what it does is it allows you to walk more faster when you're walking over soul sand and soul soil. Okay, next we have Unbreaking, and what it does is it gives your tool or armor a higher chance of not losing durability while you're using it. Alright, next we have Mending, and what it does is whenever your tool or armor has lost some durability and you get some XP, that tool or armor will regain its durability back. Okay, next we have Luck of the Sea, and what it does is whenever you're fishing, it gives you a higher chance of getting something good. So like maybe an enchantment book, or just something that's good, but you have to fish a couple times before you get something good. Alright, next enchantment we have is Lure, and what it does is it decreases the amount of time it takes for you to catch something when you're fishing. So you can see right there that it didn't take that long to catch something. Alright, next enchantment we have Sharpness, and what it does is it increases your melee damage. And what that means is it just makes you do more damage when you're fighting a player or an animal or maybe even a mob. Alright, the next enchantment is Smite, and what Smite does is it allows you to deal more damage to undead mobs, like zombies right here. And you can see that they're one hit. Alright, next we have Fire Aspect, and what it does is whenever you hit a mob, player, or any animal, they will be lit on fire. Okay, next enchantment we have is Knockback, and what it does is whenever you hit a mob, player, or an animal, they will get launched back farther. So you can see that horse got launched back pretty far when I hit him. Alright, next we have Bane of Arthropods, and what it does is it allows you to deal more damage to spiders, cave spiders, bees, silverfish, and I also think endermites. Okay, next we have looting, and what looting does is anytime you kill an animal or mob, they're gonna drop more loot than what they usually do. So here I got 4 mutton, when normally I should have gotten like 1 or 2. Okay, next we have Soak Touch, and what Soak Touch does is it allows you to get any block or ore that would normally change into something else once you break it. So normally when you break diamonds, they change into a diamond instead of just dropping the block, as you can see right here. Next we have Efficiency, and what Efficiency does is allows you to mine or break blocks more quickly. So here's with Efficiency, and here's without. And you can see that without efficiency, it's way more slower. Next enchantment we have is Fortune, and what Fortune does is anytime you break a block like diamonds, it will drop more of that block. So here we have 7 diamonds, and when I mine all of them, instead of getting 7 diamonds, I got 18, as you can see. Next we have Infinity, and what Infinity does is anytime you have at least 1 arrow in your inventory, Infinity allows you to shoot as many arrows as you want to. So you can see I only have 1 arrow, and I can shoot as many arrows as I want to. Okay, next up we have Flame, and what Flame does is basically the same as Fire Aspect, but just with the bow. And you can see that the cow just got lit on fire. Now we have Punch, and what Punch does is it's also the same as Knockback, just with the bow. And you can see that the pig got launched pretty far. And let me try it one more time. Oh, well, he died, but you see that his body went pretty far. Now we have Power, and what Power does is it just lets your bow do more damage than it usually would do. Next enchantment we have is Multishot, and what Multishot does is it allows you to shoot 3 arrows on a crossbow. And normally crossbow would only shoot 1 arrow, but it adds an additional 2 arrows. So now we have Piercing, and what Piercing does is it allows an arrow to travel through more than 1 mob or animal at a time. So you can see that this animal also took damage as I shot this cow. And you see both of them died. Next, we have Quick Charge, and what Quick Charge does is it allows you to reload your crossbow more faster than a normal crossbow. So you can see that with Quick Charge, it doesn't take that long, and on this normal crossbow, it takes longer time than with the Quick Charge. Next enchantment we have is Channeling, and what Channeling does is when it's thunderstorming, any mob that you hit will be struck by lightning. So you can see that that zombie got struck by lightning when I hit it. Next we have Loyalty, and what Loyalty does is anytime you throw your trident, it will come back to you. So you can see that it left my inventory after I threw out the zombie, but it came back to me. Next we have Riptide, and what Riptide does is anytime you're underwater or it's raining and you try to throw your trident, you will get propelled forward. So here I'm underwater and I try to throw and it launches me, and when I'm in the air and I try to throw it, it also launches me. Next we have Impaling, and what Impaling does is it allows you to deal more damage to underwater mobs. So here's with Impaling, and you can see that the drown dies immediately. And here's without. It's just a normal trident. And you can see that it didn't die right away. And it took 3 trident throws to kill that drowned. Okay, now the next enchantment is Curse of Binding. And Curse of Binding, it's not a good enchantment unless you want to prank your friends. But what Curse of Binding basically does is it can only be put on armor, and it only works in survival mode. And what it does is you can't take the armor off unless you die. So yeah, so here if I die and I respawn, I won't be wearing it, and you can see that it's right here. Alright, the next enchantment is also not a good enchantment. It's Curse of Vanishing. And what Curse of Vanishing does is it can only be put on tools, and every time you die, your tools will disappear. So if I respawn and I go right here, you can see that those tools that had a Curse of Vanishing are not there anymore. Alright guys, with that I'm going to conclude today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something new. And have a good day or good night. And bye.